My body is ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 3A Combo Podcast, the world's most wet podcast. Get your mind out of the gutter. My name is Matt, and I'm here with Tyler. What's up, Tyler?
Not much, just wet.
Yep. Yeah, me too. We got wet folks.
Just got out of the nice refreshing pool.
Yeah, pool's back. I'm so excited. I haven't had it for like a year.
It's nice to have it back.
It's nice. You look out there, and it's at home, you know? It's there.
I miss the pool.
I missed it so much, man. I swam last night, and there was a bat trying to drink all night. Just this bat bro come down like, oh, come get some water. Oh, come by again. Let me get some water.
He's probably going to die.
The bat?
From the chlorination.
I don't know.
You never know. He's a bat. He's small.
I mean, I've gulped a lot of that water before.
Yeah, but you're not the size of a bat.
No, but I'm saying, like, if he's sipping it and I'm gulping it, you know. Granted, mine was on accident. And I don't know how much chlorine's already in that. There might not be any.
Oh.
I don't know yet.
I'm thinking that my hair doesn't smell like chlorine.
If there is, it's very little, because that thing just ended up filling last night, finished, and I don't know if we put chemicals in it yet.
Oh, well, he might just be nice and refreshed now.
Nice and refreshed bat. Tyler, how was your week? How are you doing?
Not much. Just played some D&D with you guys.
Yeah, D&D was fun, especially getting bonus experience because I knew that boat was going to crash into the water. I knew it.
No, it was a good call.
It was a good call. I knew it.
And I played some board games last night, and that's pretty much it.
It sounds fun. My week was very similar. Stuff, games. A lot of Just Cause 2.
Yeah, I saw that. You've been playing that a lot on Steam.
Yeah, it's so fun. Just flying around, doing whatever I feel like doing. Did you know Yahoo has a job fair tomorrow?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, we should go to that job fair.
We should go to that job fair. You tied to UPS already?
Well, I want a job that doesn't pay me minimum wage.
That's always a good,
yeah,
good thing to shoot for.
So, yeah, we should do that. I gotta shave. I keep meaning to get razors, but I don't.
I gotta print off my resume.
They want you to bring a hard copy and a digital copy. So, like on a flash drive.
I don't have a flash drive.
Oh, well.
Maybe my dad does?
Maybe submit it? I think you can submit it online, too. Maybe that's what they mean. But regardless, I think it'll be fun.
Do I have to bring several hard copies?
I would bring a few.
Okay, I'll just have to print off my resume.
Resume. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, though, so...
Oh.
I guess we don't have to go tomorrow. But yeah, that's our exciting week. And next week, I guess. We're making plans for next week. Job fairs. Tyler, you just want to get into gaming news?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let the games begin!
Peasant consoles or glorious PC master race? Choose your side.
You know what she did for fun when she was your age? She pushed a hoop with a stick.
This is gaming news.
Andy!
With a stick.
I guess we never did mention the fact that Andy's not here. I mean, I guess they know.
And I'm sitting in his seat.
Yeah, but Andy's sick. So that's why he's not here. No, he quit.
Yeah.
Andy quit.
He lives in Florida now, doesn't he?
Yeah, Andy moved to Florida. Pretty crazy, too. He told me about it. He just left me a message on my voicemail. It sounded like this. I was like, oh, shit, he's in Florida. Well, fuck. Tyler, will content be cut from South Park, The Stick of Truth, be used as DLC? Trey Parker says, fuck that.
That's good.
Now, Trey Parker and Matt Stone said the gist of it was that they were playing a game like Skyrim. They're like, we can make a game like this. And so they were working on The Stick of Truth. And they're trying to use like every South Park character and try and work in a lot of storylines. And they realized you can't possibly fit all that in. And they were being told like, hey, you should make it DLC. He's like, no, I'm not going to make it DLC. And so what they're thinking about doing is the storylines and the things they don't use in the Stick of Truth, they're going to somehow work into like the TV show. So you'll still get it. you'll still see it.
Well, it's good that he hates DLC, because I hate DLC.
That's such a broad statement, though.
Well, if it's just like...
I hate, like, horse armor packs.
Yeah, like you add one mission for $10.
Yeah. Or alternate costumes.
Or Skyrim Dawn Guard, where it's like 6 missions for $30.
But it adds, like, weapons and vampires and shit.
Yeah, crossbows, and that's it. A vampire tree you'll never use because it's really dumb. And
You think it's dumb.
I do think it's dumb.
Tyler, there will be a Firefly game coming out.
I heard about that, actually. It's an MMO.
Yeah, Firefly social role-playing game. I guess that's what they're calling it. It was announced yesterday via Fox News report. What a weird way to announce your game.
Is it going to like get canceled like midway through the first season?
It does not say, but I don't think they would say something like that. Apparently it's announced next year. That's when they plan on releasing it. Looks interesting. I don't know. I'm not a big Firefly fan. So.
I've never watched Firefly. I don't want to get into a show that I know it's already canceled.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You're just setting yourself up for disappointment at that point. Like, hey, guess what show I found? Freaks and Geeks. Oh, it's over. Here's some good news for people planning on getting a PS4. Wireless PlayStation 3 headsets will be supported on PS4.
That's good. I just hope so, because they're just Bluetooth, aren't they?
Yeah, well, that's good, but the point is, Xbox, not only will they not support, well, you can get an adapter for your old, which you shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
It looks like the same goddamn controller. You can get an adapter, but one does not come with the Xbone. So it's like, what the fuck? It's a headset. Like, that's the basic thing you put in there.
They're not going to have Bluetooth for the Xbox, or are they going to have their proprietary signal for the
have their
controllers
proprietary thing. You know, it's
I
Microsoft.
don't know why they just can't use Bluetooth. It's cheaper, and it's more accessible for everybody.
They don't want it accessible for everybody. They want you to buy Microsoft stuff.
I wish they never took back their DRM thing.
Why?
Because I wanted to see them burn.
I don't think they'll be... Oh, you know what I read recently? Microsoft was going to buy Sega before they released the Xbox. But they didn't think Sega could beat Sony, so they just released their own thing.
That'd be such a wise purchase, buying the great company of Sega with all their great games.
Yeah, they were going to... back before the first Xbox came out, they were like, oh, why don't we just buy Sega and then support the next Sega console, you know? But they're like, I don't think Sega can beat Sony. So they just made the Xbox.
Poor Dreamcast.
Poor Dreamcast. Dreamcast was sweet.
It was so loud, though.
Oh, so...
It was like louder than a GameCube, and GameCubes were so loud.
Hey, Tyler, there's a new mod for Skyrim. It's called Falskar, and it adds hours of new content to Skyrim. Adds 25 hours of additional content to Skyrim, including a landmass about a third of the size of Skyrim, new characters, complete voiceovers, and new main quests and side quests.
Now, when they say voiceovers, are we talking Oblivion mod quality voiceovers, or are we talking actual quality voiceovers?
I don't know.
Because I remember playing some mods on Oblivion. It's like, I need you to kill this guy. Can you do this for me?
Dude, some of the mods people make are just insane.
Yeah, it's a good practice for people who want to be developers.
Yeah, like this. I mean, they're literally developing a piece of the game, like a chunk of it, if you were to get the mod.
Well, yeah, I mean, look what happened with Dota. I mean, it was just people dicking around
Yeah,
with
I know, and
Warcraft
that's
3.
crazy. It's just fucking, I'm going to create a mod. Oh, 25 hours of content.
This guy could be the next RPG maker.
Because, a lot of people, they make mods to remove... to up the graphics or remove something annoying or fix a bug or fix text that's
add a
screwed
couple
up.
weapons that look cool.
Yeah, but then there's some guys that are like, I'm going to create 25 hours of content.
Yeah, but I mean, those guys are immediately
crazy.
in the sights of Bethesda if they ever.
Yeah, I know. It's just weird. Not weird in a bad way. It's just that's a lot of fucking stuff.
It is a lot of stuff.
Just doing it on your own.
I have the utmost respect for modders.
Yeah,
except for people who
great.
make like ROM hacks of games and then call it their own intellectual property. Those people are douchebags.
Why would you even do that?
Like, I use these prepackaged tools to make a Mario ROM hack. It's my intellectual property.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't, sir. I think some of the weirdest modders are the ones that like add like girls in bikinis to Skyrim.
Oh, like just all the sexy body mods.
Yeah, the sexy body mods for games that don't need it.
Like, here's this risque Japanese schoolgirl outfit that you can dress your Argonian in.
Yeah. Or, hey, you have come upon a sorority in Fallout. Oh. Okay. The guy who made this is 19 years old.
Yep.
Fuck.
Sounds like a lot of modders tend to be really young. Because people just don't have the time for that shit.
No
one has time to sit around.
He said his dad was incredibly supportive. That's good.
I mean, like, you have to be young to do something like that because you're not going to make any money out of it.
Wow, he said his dad let him live without living expenses. He didn't charge him any rent. He said he didn't even go to school or have a day job, meaning more or less that Fallscar was his day job. Man.
I mean, I think...
But like you said, that leads to a day job. Yeah.
I mean, like, and I think Nexus does, like, pay you, like, if he has it hosted on, like, the Skyrim Nexus website or whatever, I think they do pay you per download, like, some amount of money.
That's nice.
Or if not, you can always just throw, like, AdFly, I guess.
Yeah. Well, moving on from that, I probably should not have put the story for last in gaming news because it's really not the best. Should have led with this. NCAA will not renew its license with EA, but that will not stop EA from making college football games. Now,
it's just not going to be called NCAA?
Yeah, and they can't use the NCAA logos, and they now have to get permission from each individual school. Before, when you had the NCAA license, all those schools were under the NCAA. They can still be in the game, but now you have to ask the university, like, you want to be in our game? Oh, you do? Okay, great.
That's going to be a pain in the ass.
But what that might open up is that if NCAA jumps on another game company, that we might have competing college football games, which we've like never really had.
Yeah.
It's always been one franchise.
Maybe you could actually like drive them to like innovate.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Maybe bring back Create a Team.
Oh my god. Bring back a good fucking Create a Team. It's bullshit that they don't have it.
It is. There's no reason not to have it.
Yeah, there's no reason not to have Create a Team. That reminds me, I was trying to get an NCAA Football 04 to work for my emulator, but every game looked like I was playing in purgatory. I was like, just
you told me that, like
in a gray cloud.
Like the crowds were just like empty.
Yeah, empty crowds, like no sound, and it's just like everything was gray and kind of fluffy, and then it was just a field. It was sweet.
That's kind of creepy.
It was kind of creepy.
Make that into like a creepypasta. Call it like NCAA.exe.
Oh my god, I should. Guys, guess what I found out while hacking into the game? One of the developers who killed himself created this arena.
It was a haunted copy. I found it on my doorstep. It just said NCAA.exe.
Oh my god, I was watching a friend of mine stream Fallout New Vegas last night, and I was laughing my ass off because he was asking us what to do, and I forget his name, but the very first guy you meet, the one that's like building your character. He's like, should I kill? Yeah, should I kill him the first chance I get? And we're like, hell yeah! And so he was playing like this like piano horror movie thing while hacking him with a machete, and then he started like throwing his head around and stuff and dancing with his body. It was so fucking hilarious. Oh my god. All right, Tyler, that's going to do it for gaming news this week. You want to move into a little technology? Talk some tech?
I don't want to, but you can.
Well, you're coming with me anyway.
How do you kill that which has no life?
It's time to turn up the hype machine and break out those wallets.
Shut up and take my money!
It's time for technology news on 3-Hit Combo.
New York just set an all-time record for energy usage.
Like the city or the state?
Oh, God, good fucking question, Tyler. It really doesn't say.
Oh.
It says, Con Ed issues a statement pleading with New Yorkers to use less energy. I can only assume that it's the city.
Yeah.
Con Ed said that at 2 p.m. on Friday this past week that they broke their official energy usage record, 13,204 megawatts.
That's a lot of megawatts.
I'm sorry, 214, not 204.
That's still a lot of megawatts.
Just barely beating the old record of 13,189 megawatts set July 22nd, 2011.
What are they doing? Like just running their hair dryers, running their
Air conditioners,
conditioners,
shit like that.
and playing video games on their computers.
God damn it! Quit playing video games. Everyone should shut everything off in the afternoon.
I blame the kids.
I do blame the kids.
I do blame the kids because that's like my one job that my dad gives me at the house is just making sure the lights are off.
Yeah.
It seems like every single day, like my brothers have to turn on every single light, leave on every single TV.
My mom leaves on the TV all the time. Like, I'll just walk by, turn it off, and like an hour later, I'll walk by it again, turn it off, and no one's there. I always turn off lights and stuff. My dad kind of instilled that into me. My sister, though, doesn't really do that. She used to leave her TV on. She'd go to work when she was working full-time before she went to school. She would leave at like 5 in the morning and her TV would still be on. And I'd be like, what the fuck? And then she'd come home at like 3 and not turn it off. Thing would always be on. Well, Tyler, this is disappointing for you, but the first kosher lube is as gone as fast as it came.
Ha!
Get it?
I do. Well, I didn't know lube wasn't kosher to begin with.
It's not, but there was some kosher lube by Trig Laboratories. Wet line of products became the first kosher lube, but now that coveted blessing has been revoked after the rabbinical. What do you call the act of being a rabbi-ish?
I don't know.
It's not rabbin seal. Rabbinacle.
Rabinacle?
That can't be it. Council of California realized it was lube for sex.
Oh my god.
Apparently the council was somehow confused by the product's description, which led to the premature decision. An official statement from the RCC offers the tantalizing vague explanation. Certification of non-edible items is common in the kosher industry, but the intended uses of these items, as now revealed, was misunderstood.
I didn't know. I thought lube doesn't contain pork or any cloven hoofed animal. I don't understand. I thought lube was just. I thought kosher was clove hoofed animals that eat sod or not sod, but chew cud.
It's
and
like
oysters and stuff.
it's a blessing. Like you like make things kosher by like.
Yeah, but I mean, does it have to be? Does it have to be kosher?
To some people, yes, you can only use kosher things.
Is that all the time, or is that just during whatever the?
I think it's as much as possible.
Passover.
I don't know. Anyone that's Jewish, feel free to send us an email. Especially Orthodox Jewish.
Yeah, Orthodox Jews. Please write in, because literally all you probably do is like have a pen and paper that's kosher.
Yeah, you can send it to P.O. Box 69, El Segundo, California. 9051367.
I don't think that's a zip code.
It's a zip code now. Tyler, you won't need a PIN number anymore because you're going to pay with everything with your face.
I don't like paying things with my face.
You're going to have to do it. Companies like Uniqlo are mostly counting on this technology. They're a Finnish startup, and this is their technology they're counting on to basically get their company off the ground. It's a mission with a stated purpose to create the world's fastest payment system. Basically, you scan your face to like a database, and companies that use it, they'll be like, oh, need to pay? Scan your face. You pay. Don't need a card, don't need a PIN number. Can't steal your face.
I see this being exploited horribly.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
there's things that
what's
can be
stopping
exploited.
like just having like a mirror in a bathroom set up to scan your face and just take everything?
That's hilarious. What about people that get like severely burned? Do they like rescan their face?
They'd have. What's wrong with the idea that they pitched like 5 years ago, where they like put like a little implant in your hand?
Oh, you can't do that, Tyler. You can't put chips in you.
I'd do
They'd
that.
be tracking your every movement.
I'd feel safer having a chip in my hand than something scanning my face and taking money out.
What I was thinking is like, what's going to stop people from just like hiding a camera in the rafters of some supermarket, and everyone that walks by, it's like,
yeah,
it's
like there's money, there's money, there's money.
Yeah. Scientists have found a genomic off switch for Down syndrome.
I heard about that. It's a big breakthrough.
Yeah, a team at UMass employed the technique known as genome editing to inject the Xs gene into the extra chromosome of cells cultured from Down syndrome patients. Xs is a gene vital to embryonic development, and it plays a major role in gender determination by silencing the second X chromosome, thereby turning the fetus male. If it doesn't turn on, then it becomes a female. It's the genomic slicing ability that Lawrence's team exploited against chromosome 21. Basically turning it off.
Yes, eliminating the extra chromosome, eliminating Down syndrome.
Yep.
They said that it'll also be adapted to a cure in the future, but that's like 10 years away. But it's still a nice thing that we can make Down syndrome a thing in the past.
Like a cure?
Well, a treatment. Like they can actually like
treat
the
Down syndrome.
Like almost remove it. Make them a normal functioning person.
I don't want to sound insensitive, so bear with me. But you'd still have that face.
Yeah, you would. But I mean, you'd have like normal speech patterns, and
yeah,
you'd still look a little weird. But they got facial reconstruction surgery.
If anyone found that insensitive, send your offended emails to apmyers@gmail.com. I think that's his email address.
Yeah, I think that's Andy's. I mean,
mine.
3-hit combos.
3-hit combo.
Email.
And Tyler, a scalpel called the iKnife. No, it's not made by Apple. I almost said Apple. The iKnife by Apple. God damn it, Frank.
I love the ooh phone.
It's a smart scalpel that can smell cancer as it cuts.
Cancer.
Cancer surgery is difficult, in part because doctors have always had a hard time determining exactly where the healthy tissue ends and the tumor begins. Not anymore. A new intelligent knife can actually sniff out cancer cells during an operation and keep the doctor on track. Pretty goddamn sweet.
That's pretty cool.
On a basic level, this new scalpel is pretty simple. This is made by Dr. Zoltan Takats.
Zoltan.
Wow, that's like a superhero name, dude. From the Imperial College in London, by taking a normal surgical knife that uses heat to cut through flesh and equipping it with a mass spectrometer that's connected to a computer. The knife cutting through the flesh produces smoke that the mass spectrometer stiffs up and sends to the computer, which can tell if it's cutting through cancer cells or healthy cells. The alternative for many doctors is to take a sample and wait for the pathology report to come back. This is pretty sweet.
It's a pretty good step in the right direction.
What if the iKnife did like the, when you found cancer, it did the iPhone? Oh, we found cancer. I hope I never get cancer. That's like the worst thing.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'd rather have AIDS.
I'm at the point in my life where it's like, by the time I get cancer, they'll probably be able to cure it, so who cares?
Sure about that? By the time you get cancer? You could literally get cancer tomorrow, Tyler.
You gotta die somehow.
Well, you do gotta die somehow, but there's better ways,
Well, I mean,
you could die in your sleep.
I don't think I'm gonna get cancer.
I don't know that, man.
I don't really do any cancerous things.
Cancer's everywhere.
Maybe like drinking Diet Mountain Dew.
That'll do it. I don't know. I think only certain types of cancers are really like lung cancer. You can kind of pinpoint where you got that.
Yeah.
Or skin cancer, you can pinpoint that down. But like if you get brain cancer, can you really be like, oh, what did I do that's cancerous? It's just cancer, man, dude. Fucks you.
Well, the only cancer in my family has been colon cancer, and that doesn't onset until you're way, way older.
My grandma had bladder cancer 4 times.
Damn.
And she beat it every time. She's 84 now.
Cancer 0, grandma 4.
Yeah, grandma 4, literally. But she pees out of a tube now.
Ah. Well,
if that information was too much for you, send your emails to AP Myers.
Well, colon cancer usually doesn't set on until you're like late in your 50s, so.
That's what my uncle died from. Died from colon cancer. He was in his 40s.
It's usually, it can happen, but
he was a big guy, though. That might have had something to do with it.
So is my grandpa, who has colon cancer.
What was disappointing is, God, this podcast is getting really sad, but he had it, and then he beat it, and his girlfriend, Kara, he was like, if I can stay cancer-free for 5 years, we'll get married. He'd stay cancer-free for 4 years.
Oh.
And then he died because it came back. So, yep, that's my Uncle Troy.
Well, that's
this podcast is upper funny-ish story. He co-signed for my car with me because at the time my dad was having problems with, they were trying to refinance the house and credit was just all over the fucking place. And so Troy co-signed with me, and then he died like 6 months later, and I never told them. So as far as they know, he's still alive. The bank never knew that I basically didn't have a co-signer. Which was, it would have been fucked up if I missed a payment, because they'd be like trying to take it from a dead guy's fucking bank account. It's messed up. All right, Tyler, let's move on from this downer and go to news.
Time for the main event.
Let's get it on!
It's time for the 3-Hit Combo Newscast.
Let's go for the gold, Johnny!
Note to self, I shouldn't swim before a podcast. I got so much phlegm. Because, when you get water in there, yeah, make it hard to talk.
I'm fine.
Well, I'm fine.
Maybe you shouldn't drink so much pool water.
I didn't drink pool water. This is a reason why I don't eat before the podcast either, because sometimes I burp. If cocaine is a hell of a drug, human ashes are one hell of a mistake. Billy Cantrell, 28, was arrested this week for allegedly stealing a box of human ashes from a neighbor in Tennessee. Family members believe Cantrell thought the ashes were cocaine. They said, quote, William thought it was drugs. He thought he done found him a box of cocaine. That's the quote. Is what he thought.
Cantrell's he done found him a box of cocaine.
Cantrell's grandmother said. Cantrell was held on an aggravated burglary charge. According to a police affidavit, Cantrell took an Xbox from his neighbor, Stephen Medley, along with a small box and fled to his grandmother's home in Nashville. The grandmother believes he wasn't sober during the incident. The ashes were that of Medley's mother. Ooh. Talk about a downer. I'm like, oh, let's go to news.
It sounds like something that would happen in Tennessee.
They just made it sound like he's a bad, terrible person, broke into his house and stole some woman's ashes. I'm not saying he's not guilty, but he didn't know what he was stealing, his mother Kathy said.
Really? In a box?
Yeah.
You couldn't have opened it and smelled you'd probably be able to tell.
I don't want to insinuate that Stephen Medley deserved to have the ashes stolen, but who keeps the ashes of a loved one in a box?
I keep the ashes of my dog in a box.
Well, not the same.
Urns are expensive.
A box?
I'm sure it's like a decorative box.
Come on, something else than a box.
I'm sure it's a nice box.
It's probably not. It's probably just
it's Tennessee.
A cardboard box. Oh, wow. On top of the box had a white piece of paper taped over it with the date of birth and date of death. And name of the funeral home.
That must be when the cocaine was made and when the cocaine expires.
Exactly, yeah. Wow. Wall Street has come out with the worst companies to work for.
Wait, I hate to go back, but
we can go back.
A piece of paper with the dates written.
It was taped.
Taped on there. So maybe this was a cardboard box.
Yeah. Wall Street has come out with the worst companies to work for. Can you just take a guess on what some might be on there?
EA.
EA's not on here.
Walmart.
Walmart is on here.
Trying to think of places that Papa Murphy's.
No. Dillard's, Sears, Dollar General, Radio Shack, ADT, NCR, and Dish Network are some of the major ones.
I could see Dish Network being one.
What's up with Dish Network?
They never seem happy.
Really?
Yeah.
They're just always upset. Fucking goddamn it.
It's kind of like GameStop where they have to keep on trying to sell you more.
Oh, yeah. Sears and their subsidiary Kmart both made the list. Sears is just fucking up all over the place.
Kmart? For at Sears?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that until I tried applying for a job at Kmart a couple years ago. And it said Sears at the bottom.
Well, I didn't know that Pizza Hut was part of Taco Bell and Long John Silver's and...
You didn't know that?
Until I worked there, no.
Why do you think they're in the same buildings?
I don't know. I thought they just had a thing going.
Just got a thing going on here. Oh man, should I do? No, I can do. I don't have to change the order. Both these stories are really good. Tyler, out of Oklahoma City, a woman is accused of threatening her neighbor with a knife. Christina Michelle Brown, who's 23, allegedly brandished a pocket knife at her neighbor, 72-year-old Elmer Morrison. She asked if he wanted to die, according to a police report. Morrison called the cops, and when a responding officer asked Morrison why she was threatening her neighbor, she allegedly replied, "Because of what he did to me." Morrison called the cops, and when a responding officer asked Morrison why she... Yeah, this is written wrong. Michelle Brown is the one that's attacking Morrison. So Morrison called the cops. Responding officer asked Michelle Brown why she was threatening her neighbor. She allegedly replied, "Because of what he did to me. I had sex with my cat, and everyone knows."
Well, why would you have sex with your cat?
She allegedly added that Morrison didn't know she had sex with the cat. She was just mad at him and wanted him to die. At first she is insinuating that he told everyone that she had sex with her cat.
How does one have sex with a cat?
I don't know. How does that go down?
Like, their tongue would be horrible because it's like all grainy and gripping and like, I don't think cats have like, I don't know, their penises are like weird. Aren't they small? They're smaller. You hear people like having sex with dogs and horses and like cows and whatnot. But I mean, cats are. It's like you hear about that one guy that has like had sex with his hamster. Like, it just doesn't seem.
The funniest bestiality story is the guy that was having sex with a horse and died.
Oh, the Mr. Hands.
Yeah. And
it drove Washington to say, hey, maybe we should outlaw bestiality.
Yeah, maybe we should be able to do this. All right, and our final story, Tyler, will take place in Florida. When cops wanted to throw the book at Ashley Taylor Wright for suspected shoplifting, she threw something back at him. She's a 23-year-old resident of Pensacola, Florida, and allegedly tried to use something against the cops. What do you think she used?
Vibrator.
What do you think she threw at the cops? Not a vibrator. Here, this might help you.
Feces.
No. This might help you. She was using a stroller to smuggle $260 worth of clothing from a dressing room of Dillard. She threw her baby at the cops. Cops said she was able to get inside her Nissan Pathfinder, where her husband was in the driver's seat with two other children, ages 2 and 4. A deputy approached Wright and tried to get her out of the car, but she screamed her husband to get in the car, according to police. Then she allegedly grabbed a baby carrier and screamed at the arresting officer, "You'll have to shoot through the baby to get me."
She was shoplifting. Why would they shoot at her?
Yeah. Wright allegedly ran from the car, then threw the car seat with the baby inside at the deputy. The infant was not injured. Cops say Wright attempted to run off but was quickly captured by the officer after a brief scuffle, during which she received a laceration to her face. You'll have to shoot through the baby. Like, you were shoplifting. Like,
I don't.
She's acting like she just completed like the world's biggest heist, and she cannot get caught. She has to get away with this.
You said like $200 worth of stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was $260 worth.
Just from Dillard.
Shoot through the baby. Like, my baby is worth $260.
People are fucking goofy.
Especially in Florida. What the fuck, Florida? Why are you going to be like this? All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast. Man, short episode, just over half an hour.
Huh.
Remember, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/3ACombo Podcast, twitter.com/3ACombo PC. That is number 3, PC stands for podcast. Find us on youtube.com, search 3ACombo Podcast, gmail.com, 3ACombo Podcast, gmail.com. If you're offended by anything, email Andy at apmyers@gmail.com. It might be apmyers. I don't know. I don't want to give those personal emails.
Do what you used to do.
Well, I don't know if that's right.
They can try both.
Yeah, they can try both. And fuck, what's left? Man, I ruined my thing. My thing is fucked up, Tyler. I do this in like a row.
People you're affiliated with.
76streetnetwork.com. I'm about to die from coughing. So for Tyler, this is Matt signing out.